right, Mainers, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, bringing it to you right here from Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. And honestly,
sunshine,
but it don't get no better than this, does it?
No, I mean, we're here, it's Friday morning, the 30th. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can probably see behind us, the place is abuzz already. It's just, and they've been going on for 2 days before we got here.
Obviously, the Mainers know what big races are about because we got them up there in the Northeast, but I don't know if there's anything that really compares to the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, I mean, look around, look at the haulers. There's multi-$1,000 haulers, and I mean, teams that are running 2 races are talking, they're buying 60 to 70 tires.
60 to 70 tires. I mean, the tire bill of $10,000.
Or plus, right.
But if you want to run up front, you want to win, you got to do what it takes. And you know, some of the names that are here. I mean, we had Ross Kenseth on last week's show. Kyle Busch is here.
Yeah.
You know, Coughlin in the late model race. Austin Theriault from up home.
Austin's running both races. I mean, you have like some of the Southern guys that are real hot right now. Kyle Benjamin, Daniel Hemrick,
Bubba Pollard.
I mean, Augie Grill, who's a staple in this area, he's running Stanley Smith stuff this year, which is big dollars.
And 2 years ago, Johanna Long won this race.
Yeah.
So the women got something to shoot for. And then you also have Kenzie Rustin, who's running Augie Grill stuff this year. So, I mean,
right.
You know, it's...
You got to throw a shout out to Weeda. Wesley Weed, he's doing Kenzie's tires this weekend.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting to be down here. I mean, just the atmosphere of everything that's going on. I mean, we caught up with Ricky Brooks last night.
Yeah.
You know, Wednesday and Thursday he's been here kind of as calm before the storm. You know, he's the guy that has really helped Tim Bryant take this race to where it's at.
Yeah.
It was always the Snowball Derby. It was always a big deal, but it never had that.
There was a lot of disarray.
Yeah.
And he like reined it in, and you know, there's Mainers here all over the place. We've seen numbers of them that we know. And, you know, one of them said to us this morning, you know, it's probably a little overkill in tech, but you know everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And that's a big deal. Everybody they want to know that they're treated fair. You know, that your quarter inch wasn't okay, but the other guy's quarter inch is okay.
Right.
You know, Ricky, it don't matter.
No.
I mean, we were watching him last night. I mean, how many guys brought carburetors over to try to get those taken care of?
Like four in the 15 minutes we were trying to get him, you know?
You know, we talked to Seth Holbrook this morning, who's, you know, longtime crew chief up in the north, you know, and that's what he said. I mean, the guy has commanded respect by doing his job and doing it properly. And now everybody respects him, you know, and that's all you can hope for in tech. So, I mean, I'm fired up. I mean, this is a big deal. What's going on here today is qualifying. They lock in the top 30 for the Snowball.
Yeah, and I mean, they had like the bomber and the sportsman class last night, and today they have like the modifieds and the super stock class, but they also have qualifying for the Snowball, and everything's pretty much time trial and stuff. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big deal today, and we're going to be bringing highlights. We're going to catch up with the winners later on in the weekend. So, you know, I know you guys are all going to enjoy this week's episode of the show. I know I'm enjoying it already, and we're really in.
We got to thank Tim Bryant and the whole Five Flags staff, because literally since we got here, it's been nothing but passing stuff out to us, you know, treating us just like Speed 51, the people who have been here forever, and any of the other media. So we gotta throw a shout out to them.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited.
Hopefully we can get some sunscreen somewhere. We got the sun shining down on us.
All right, before we take a break, I want to let you guys hear what Ricky Brooks has to say about the calm before the storm, you know. Well, here we are. We finally made it. We're down here to Pensacola for the Snowball Derby. And right now, the most popular guy in the place is Chief Technical Inspector Ricky Brooks. And talk about the process this year, Ricky, and what you've seen come through the line.
Well, this year here has been one of the better years that we've had. We broke the safety inspection up. We did it in the pits this year, and then everybody come through the technical inspection end of it, and it speeded the process up tremendously. And this year here, we probably had, I think the number was 63% come through correct this year. It's been a wonderful year.
Now, how many years have you been involved with the Derby as far as on the inspecting side of things?
I believe this is the 8th year.
So you've seen a change for the better from the beginning.
It was total chaos at first.
Now, the drivers that we talked to back at the beginning, you know, probably saw a lot more heated tempers when you come through, when you called them out on something or pointed something out. But now, when I talk to these guys, the word I hear from you about you is respect.
Well, I mean, it's gotten better every year, and it's more. instead of so much tense, it's gotten more relaxed because they know what to expect and they know what to bring here, and it's just every year's gotten better.
Now we're sitting here, Thursday. Are things get easier now for you, or is now really when the fun begins?
Well, Friday's our worst day, so it'll be hectic tomorrow. Once we get over tomorrow, it'll be downhill from there. It'll be a lot easier.
Now you don't do this alone. There's a lot of people walking around here in the orange shirts. How many people are on your staff to make this all happen?
Got 10 people. So without them, we couldn't do it without all of them. We have 2 complete lines running on Wednesday. Basically Thursday and Friday we got 2 complete lines running, and you couldn't do it without. If we missing one person, it just totally ruins the whole deal.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the weekend. We figure we better catch you early because I know you're going to be the busiest guy here. Thank you. All right, thank you, Ricky.
0% financing for the first time in history on select certified pre-owned vehicles at Southern Maine Motors. Southern Maine Motors is selling so many new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeeps that they are overloaded with great trade-ins. Now with live market vehicle pre-owned pricing gathered by electronically polling over 20,000 pre-owned car websites every hour, they will show you their competitors' closest vehicle and price. Proof that you are getting the fairest deal out there. Visit them on Route 1 in Saco or online at southernmainmotors.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most people know us for our RV sales and service. We're also Maine's largest trailer dealer. With over $1 million in stock and online at scottsrecreation.com. From 2-place opens to 5-place enclosed and everything in between. Our showrooms are stuffed with used snowmobiles, new jackets, bibs, pants, gloves, boots and helmets, plugs, belts, oil, and more. We're ready for winter. Are you?
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Award Champs, rewarding your champions, the official supplier of Mainly Motorsports TV.
Okay, we're here with the champion of the Blizzard Series down here at Flags Speedway, Bubba Pollard, but you've never won the Derby. How big of a deal is it to try to get that this year?
Oh yeah, it's tough. We've had a good year down here this year, and just looking forward to qualifying tonight, and hopefully we can get in the show and have a good run and have a good spot for the Derby.
A lot of these guys are doing double duty, but you are in another way. You're crew chief in Cody Coughlin's deal, and on the Pro Late Model side of things, and then running your house car with sponsorship from Jegs in the Super Late Model side of things.
Yeah, it's tough. Not coming down here and running both races, but we'll have a lot of fun. It puts we can focus on most of our attention on Cody during the pro race and our car during the Super race, so which is good. So hopefully we can have a good weekend, both of us, and looking forward to it.
Now, how's his car going after a few rounds of practice?
I think it's pretty good. We're pretty happy with it. We hadn't done any mock runs to see what we got. The racetrack changes from today to tomorrow, so we'll do a couple mock runs with his car tomorrow, and we're going to do a couple with mine today to get ready for qualifying and see what we got.
Right now, do you feel like you got a car capable of winning the Derby?
I think so. I think we got a car to win the Derby. It's just a matter of keeping out of trouble, staying out of trouble, and putting ourselves in the right positions to be there at the end.
All right, Bubba. Well, good luck.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, we just concluded the first round of practice here on Friday morning. We're here with the defending winner of this race, Chase Elliott. And how's your weekend looking so far, Chase?
It's going all right. We making gains, I feel like. So it's been obviously a busy couple of days running both cars, but I think we're getting closer, and hopefully be where we need to be for Saturday night and Sunday.
Now, what is the difference between the two cars?
Just the motor. Obviously, a supercar has a lot more motor, and your crate car, not so much. So it's just the motor, and realistically, other than that, they're very similar. Pretty much the same car, minus what kind of motor you run. So you can definitely relate the two together. So that helps, I think, in a way. And you definitely set them up very similar.
Now, you're the only guy that's guaranteed a starting spot, being the most recent provision winner, right?
Well, no, there's some guys, anybody that ran all the Blizzard Series races down here and are in the top 10 in points, they have they have a position as well. So it's not just us, but regardless, we hope we don't need that, and we get us a decent qualifying effort and a good place to start on Sunday.
Now talk a little bit about this track and what it does and how it changes as the race goes on.
It won't change a lot, not this weekend. This place stays pretty consistent for the most part. You come out here and run the blizzard races, you run during the night, and yeah, for the most part it stays. It hadn't changed a whole lot. You will fight a little bit as the sun goes down on Sunday afternoon. You'll probably fight the track tightening up a little bit, rolling to the center of the corner, but I'd say other than that, it'll be pretty, stay pretty consistent.
So how do you like your chances? Darrell Waltrip, Rich Bickle, Augie Grill, the only 3 guys that go back-to-back. Can Chase Elliott do it?
Absolutely. I know our team can do it. I think we definitely have a car capable of doing it, and you just definitely have to have things go your way, and hopefully we can just be around at the end of this thing and be in position to give it a run for our money.
All right, Chase. Well, thank you for taking the time with us here on Mainly Motorsports, and good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, one of the pre-race favorites a lot of people are talking about down here at the 45th Annual Snowball Derbies, Jeff Choquette, driver of the number 29, and you're no stranger to big races after winning the last Speedfest over at Lakeland, but how would this compare to winning this race to winning over there?
This is a much bigger event. This is the cream of the crop here. This draws the best of the best. So, to put our Adrian Carriers, Liz Girl Logistics, Chevy, and Victory Lane would mean the world to me and my team, to everybody involved. So, we're working hard. We need a little bit more speed here before qualifying on Friday night, and see if we can find some here in the next round of practice.
Now, you've been good. You've run some races here this year, and you've been decent. But what makes this weekend different than just a regular weekend?
Well, guys from all over the country come. Like I said, it's the cream of the crop. There's guys that don't normally come here on the weekly shows, even though they get very, very good cars down here. But there's always that dark horse, or actually several dark horses that you don't run with on a normal weekly basis. So, we'll look to, hopefully we're one of them up there with them. So hopefully we can find some speed here and get in Victory Lane.
And when you say find some speed, where are you? I mean, there's like 60 or 70 super late models. Where do you see yourself right now in that field?
We were 19th at last practice. They take the top 30 on time. That was first round of practice. Track's always a little goofy there in the first round. So hopefully this next round it's more like what's going to be in qualifying. It's starting to get overcast here now, and we can get as close as we can to qualifying tonight. And tonight we're going to try to plan for the track to go a certain way. Hopefully it goes our way, and we get a little lucky.
All right, Jeff. Well, it is a big weekend, and you'd like nothing more than just stand in Victory Lane Sunday, cash the big check, take the big trophy, and add to your already impressive resume.
Oh, of course. Adrian Carriers and Liz Girl Logistics have been able to put us in this situation to be able to go to Victory Lane. So I want to give a big thanks to them, AdrianCarriers.com, the whole team, for busting our hump all weekend, and hopefully I can do my job on Sunday and make it to Victory Lane.
All right, well, good luck this weekend, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine: the Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher Trip Edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion. See Weir's Motor Sales Incorporated in Arundel.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
All right, all the way down from Fort Kent, Maine, the 45th Annual Snowball Derby, and you made it in through the last chance qualifier. Talk about it.
Obviously, we wanted to make the race in time, but it feels awesome to make my first Snowball Derby and make it on my first try. It's a feeling that it's really hard to explain. it's definitely a long ways away from home, and it's one of those races that you hear about, all through the year, and all the big guns come down here and try to make, arguably one of the biggest races in the United States.
Yeah, and people don't realize how much pressure you put on yourself to get in the race, but how much pressure because of all the guys that are working behind the scenes to give you a car capable of running in the race.
Yeah, I mean, I felt so bad last night. We barely missed it on time, and I felt bad for the guys. I mean, it's all, when you're out there and after 3 laps you don't make it, it's all on your back. And I told him, I said, home up in Maine we do heat races and all that, and I said, this 50-lap race is something that I'm used to. So I told him that I'd give it my best, and whatever happened, that I was proud of them. And luckily everything worked out. The car was decent. The track had no bite in it. It kind of reminded me of Oxford Plains Speedway. You're not able to get to the throttle and you're spinning your tires. But I don't know, Steve. It's awesome to be here, and it's an honor to race in the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, it's huge, and just think about all the people following along on Speed 51 back home, following along with you. But now your day's not over. You got the Snowflake. I mean, pretty good in that. You got a car capable of winning that race tonight, you think?
I think so. We made a long run in practice, and it was a lot better than where we qualified. I mean, the car didn't fall off. It wasn't necessarily the fastest car, but it didn't fall off at the end of a run. And I think as the sun goes down here tonight, the track's going to gain a little bit of grip, and I think we'll be there at the end. It's definitely going to be tough to pass. We learned that in the 50-lap race. You're going to have to take chances that you wouldn't otherwise take, just because of how difficult it's going to be to pass tonight. But we'll do what we can, and I'm proud of the guys. It's an unbelievable amount of work that they put in to make this happen, and it's way more than I could ever ask for.
And you got a whole state pulling for you, bud. So good luck tonight, and good luck tomorrow as you make your initial start in the Snowball Derby.
I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you.
All right, Austin, thanks.
Only one can call themselves the Snowflake 100 champion. They stagger up two by two by two. The best
Now, Austin Theriault, what an eventful Saturday it's been here at Snowball Derby weekend. We talked to you earlier in this segment, talked about you had to go to the last chance qualifier for the snowball, you got in. Then you started 30th in the Snowflake and just came home 4th. Talk about that run.
Well, I knew we had a good car here. We just didn't get the qualifying run that I thought we were capable of. And I mean, I'm not a perfect qualifier, and I'll always admit that. But it kind of surprised me. I knew we had a great long-run car, and it probably was going to come in after 10, 15 laps. But I think we passed half the field in about 25 laps, and I knew at that point that as long as we didn't do anything stupid and we saved our tires, that we were going to have something at the end. I almost screwed up coming out of turn 3. I made it 3 wide. Probably shouldn't have, but I don't know. We made it through, and from that point on, we just kept cracking at it, and a couple more positions every couple laps, and there was a huge wreck in turn 1, and we barely made it through. I don't know how we did, but just one of those things, I guess.
Well, you just go to show patience pays off. Some of those other guys force the issue with 10 to go, and they open some holes for you.
I knew when there was fiberglass flying the previous lap that there was probably going to be a big wreck, and I was kind of prepared for it. But it's really hard to say you're prepared for a wreck. But we just made it through, and that last restart we were right on the bumper of Kyle Benjamin, and I thought we might have had something for him if it would have went green for 5-10 laps, but it was a 100-lap race, and you really can't ask for more coming from 30th position. Definitely the biggest mover, and I got to thank the guys that are behind me. It's like I was telling everybody, it's a team sport, and you got to thank all the guys behind the scenes. And
yeah, you do, and it's been a phenomenal 2012. You got 1 race left. I mean, what would it mean to come back here tomorrow and up it by 1, 2, or 3 spots and finish in the top 3 in the Derby?
Well, I know if we can pass, I don't know how many cars in 100 laps, we can definitely do it in 300. And we got some more time, and we got fresh tires to put on, and it would mean a lot. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to tell you what it would mean, but just being in the field and being in a field that stout is something that everybody would want a chance to do, and I'm glad I'm proud and glad that I can be a part of it.
Well, you're gonna be proud of the weekend so far, so good luck tomorrow.
I appreciate it. See you around.
All right, see you, Austin.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most people know us for our RV sales and service. We're also Maine's largest trailer dealer. With over $1 million in stock and online at scottsrecreation.com. From 2-place opens to 5-place enclosed and everything in between. Our showrooms are stuffed with used snowmobiles, new jackets, bibs, pants, gloves, boots and helmets, plugs, belts, oil, and more. We're ready for winter. Are you?
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by...
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, located on Route 1 in Arundel. See why Bentley says, who has more fun than us? We do.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
All right, man. This is what we've been here. I mean, we've saw all the preliminary stuff, but this is why we're here. For the 45th Annual Snowball Derby, which is, they're getting ready to push the cars to the grid here Sunday. And what a great weekend we've had here, huh?
Warm, sunny weather in Florida. Now, granted, it's not always like this, apparently, from what we're hearing, but the atmosphere is unbelievable. We just found out there's going to be people tailgating in the infield during the race.
Yeah. And have you been to a more hospitable track, from the office staff to the promoter, Tim Bryant, How about NASCAR
NASCAR
Ron taking care of us? I mean, we
Yeah.
have front row parking, so I'm telling you, I'm excited. We just walked through the pit, saw our homeboy, Seth Holbrook, who's working with Kyle Busch this weekend.
Yep.
And, you know, they like their chances. Obviously, they like their chances anywhere they go, but really excited. I mean, last night, Austin Theriault, the great run he had. Billy Melvin, I mean, we don't have any highlights. Maybe we can get some pictures, but the
Billy
guy with
Melvin.
a collapsed lung winning the modified race on Friday night, you know?
Yeah, it's just the atmosphere. You can't explain it. It's like when we got the Oxford 250 at home, but this is like if you're wanting people to come from North Carolina to go to the Oxford 250, then you need to get out of Maine and come to the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, I will guarantee we will bring more people back next year.
Yeah.
Because this is, you can't even understand what this is for an experience. You know, it's just unbelievable.
Did you notice this shiny thing behind us? You know what this is? This is the Tom Dawson Trophy, Memorial Trophy, that the winner of the Snowball Derby gets.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
The money goes away. Your name gets etched on the trophy. There's a lot of names. Speaking of names,
who do you got?
All right, we'll leave Busch out of it because obviously everybody's pre-race favorite, love him or hate him, is Kyle Busch.
Right.
I'll take two, you take two.
Okay.
My pick from the time I walked off the plane down here and did my research was always the kid that I've seen him at Speedfest before. He's fast. He's fast here. He's been fast all year in the Blizzard Series, and that's Jeff Choquette, driver of the 29. We interviewed him earlier in the show. He's got his game face on.
One statement that I want to make about our picks, there's not a bad pick in the field.
Yeah, 30 cars went home from a 60-something car
Right,
field. You know,
and they're starting 37 cars, but they're 37 of the best cars in the country. There's not a bad pick in the field.
Yeah.
My first pick, is a young guy who has like come to life in the last year or so, especially in the Super Late Model stuff, and he's got a big name helping him. And Kyle Benjamin is my pick.
All right, who's your
because I'm
second?
loving it. It's McDonald's.
Who's your second pick?
My second pick is the guy we had on the show a couple weeks ago, Ross Kenseth. And I'll tell you why. He hasn't been the fastest car all weekend, but I watched him in practice, and something just tells me he's going to race really good. Just the way, and he's so smooth on the wheel and stuff like that. I just think that he's going to be that guy. I mean,
all right.
He holds a
So
pretty
I got
wheel.
one more pick?
Yeah. I know who you're going to take.
We were here last night.
We can't take Busch, so I know who you're going to take.
How can you not be impressed with a kid at 17 years old that kind of kept the field in check, stayed under control, but when he thought there was somebody coming that might have had a better car than him, threw the switch, not literally, just it was time to go, and took off and won the Snowflake, and that's Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Looking to be what Bickle's done, Augie Grill's done, and that's back it up.
This is my first time seeing Chase Elliott in a race car. And I kind of gauge races like this and tracks like this on a driver's ability. That shows to me a little bit more than a big track where you're standing on the gas a lot. Now this is a bigger track than normally at home and you stand on the gas a lot, but you got to hold a pretty wheel and be smooth to get around this place. Without you twitch a little bit off the corner and you've lost 2/10. And you know, everybody talks about Chase Elliott and he's on the fast track, and there's a reason he's on the fast track.
Oh, yeah.
Because if he weren't no good, he wouldn't be on the fast track no matter what.
No, you're right. So we're getting ready. They're going to do pre-race festivities. I mean, we just got so much going on. I can't wait to get our seat and get ready to enjoy the 45th Annual Snowball Derby.
0% financing for the first time in history on select certified pre-owned vehicles at Southern Maine Motors. Southern Maine Motors is selling so many new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeeps that they are overloaded with great trade-ins. Now with live market vehicle pre-owned pricing gathered by electronically polling over 20,000 pre-owned car websites every hour, they will show you their competitors' closest vehicle and price. Proof that you are getting the fairest deal out there. Visit them on Route 1 in Saco or online at southernmainmotors.com.
Clark's Car Crushing has been a family-owned and operated business since 1978. We do everything from crushing cars, handling industrial scraps, to buying the scrap metal right out of the back of your pickup. Copper, brass, stainless steel, aluminum, you name it, we'll buy it. We have roll-off containers of all sizes for industrial accounts. We'll handle the legwork with full drop-off and pickup services. So for a professional job, guaranteed honest weights, and top dollar paid statewide, come see the Clark family in Farmingdale, Maine. Clark's Car Crushing. Don't fix it, scrap it.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by Award Champs, rewarding your champions, the official supplier of Mainly Motorsports TV.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine. The Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher trip edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion.
See Weir's Motor Sales Incorporated in Arundel.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
All right. Here was second place finisher in the Snowball Derby, and I know nobody wants to be second, but there's nothing wrong with finishing second in this race, is there, Jeff?
No, there's not. Last year we had one of the fastest cars down here and got involved in a wreck, and that probably very well happened, this year. TJ Reed was leading for a while, had a good car. I know a lot of good cars got taken out there early. Chase did. So my whole Adrian Carey's logistics team really worked hard all this weekend. So to come out of here and finish second is not a disappointment. Last year we wrecked, so we had to come out here rebuilding. This year, we get to take a step back, look at things, reevaluate our program, and come back bigger and better.
Yeah, and you seemed early in the race, you talked about you almost went down a lap. You pitted early than others, but then you seemed to get back on the same cycle. And did you have anything at the end of the race? It looked like the longer the run, you might have had the best car on the track, but you just, Eric was able to get away from you before you were able to close that gap.
Yeah, they threw a curveball at us here before, with the detuning of the motors and stuff. So it was on the restarts, I just couldn't get the motor wound up and get it to go. We just really struggled there. I don't think I had a car good enough as good as Eric's. It was. I think he was just a little bit better than us, and coming here finishing second, I think it's safe to say at that time, at the end of the Snowball Derby, we had the second best car.
But what is it like in the driver's seat? From a driver's perspective, you want to get there and battle for the win, but watch Eric and Kyle Busch battle for the win. I mean, you got to try to stay extra focused?
Yeah, you got to stay focused. You got to run as hard as you can because them racing up front is allowing me to gain ground on them, and they were racing really hard, and we were gaining little by little. I was able to get to the 67, was able to get by him, and we were better than 67 and better than Kyle on long runs. I seen that in the middle part of the race when Kyle was, I think he was running 5th at the time. It was just I just couldn't get going on restarts. We missed it a little bit there, but I'm glad they were battling. I'm glad they battled. It let me get up there, let Kyle and the 4 use his stuff up. There's always the chance of them getting tangled up. So I think we were sitting in a good seat there with a handful to go.
All right, well, congratulations, runner-up finish, and it's good to go into the off-season with finishing runner-up in the Snowball Derby, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All the way from Michigan. Now, quite a trek to get down here, but you call yourself one of the youngest winners of the Snowball Derby. We want to congratulate you, Eric Jones.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was a great race, and it played right into our favor all day, and we came out on top there.
Well, played on into your favor. I mean, a restart with how many to go? 20 laps to go with Kyle Busch. How can you say that played into your favor?
Well, I mean, the strategy part. Let's go with that.
The strategy.
But, yeah. But, I mean, Kyle's tough. He's one of the best there is, and I look up to him as an idol. And racing him on a restart, he's one of the best there is at restarts especially. And to be able to race him that hard and that clean was a lot of fun. And it's really hard to put into words racing with him.
Well, exactly. And then, when you win, it's whether you play football or any sport or, race, when you beat them, you want to beat the best. And you did that today. You didn't hand it to you. Everybody would have said, well, if they had a restart with 10 to go or 20 to go. Well, everybody got what they wanted to see, and you did it. I mean, how nerve-wracking was that, though?
You know, I try not to get too nervous in the car, and it started to get to me there because you start to realize, you know, this is a snowball derby, the biggest late model race in the country, and you're racing Kyle Busch for the win. And, I mean, that'll get your nerves up a little bit, but you know, once the green flag dropped, I kind of settled down, got into a rhythm, and I knew what we needed to do, and we went out there and did it. And my spotter, Brandon Lyons, really helped me out with it. Crew chief Rich Lucius, I mean, just amazing on the pit box, amazing calls all day, and made it happen.
Now, you're going back to school tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to school here pretty quick. So, won the Snowball Derby, now we got to go back to school.
Yeah, now, you know, about halfway through the race, we were listening on the scanner, listening to Kyle, talking to his team. He makes a statement. He's got 3 cars he's got to beat. You're one of them. Choquette's the other one in the 99 wreck. I mean, that even tells you how good he is when he knows halfway through the race who's got good cars.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. I mean, he's the best there is. And, you know, racing with him like that, he knows. I mean, he's smart. He's done it for a long time now, and he knows how to run these long races. And, you know, we knew kind of coming in that he was going to be fast. I mean, he's fast everywhere in these cars. And to be able to beat him toe-to-toe like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so congratulations to you, your family. I mean, it was cool to see you get out of your car. First, people you thank, your mom and dad. People don't realize how much mom and dad's put into this, even whether it's on the financial end or the time, you know, getting you to the racetracks and doing all the stuff. I mean, that's a big deal. So to be able to give back to them at such a young age, that's such a great feat.
Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations to 2012 winner of the Snowball Derby, Eric Jones.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most people know us for our RV sales and service. We're also Maine's largest trailer dealer. With over $1 million in stock and online at scottsrecreation.com, from 2-place opens to 5-place enclosed and everything in between. Our showrooms are stuffed with used snowmobiles, new jackets, bibs, pants, gloves, boots and helmets, plugs, belts, oil, and more. We're ready for winter. Are you?
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Gary Hotels, located in Brunswick, Freeport, Waterville, and Augusta, the official hotel of Mainly Motorsports. Clark's Car Crushing, located in Hollowell, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Well, as we close this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, right here from Victory Lane at Flags Speedway. I mean, they don't use this Victory Lane at the Derby. They stop them on the front stretch.
Yep.
What an experience we've had, huh?
Wow. That's the only word I can think of to describe it.
Yeah, and you know, everybody.
The first 100 was like any other 300 lap race. You're like,
yeah,
everybody's single file, but they're saving
we
their
see
stuff.
who the haves and have-nots are.
Right. We see who guessed right on the weather change. I mean, that was a big story here. Was they practiced in different weather conditions Thursday, Friday,
Every
and even
day
Saturday.
you know?
And today was warmer and the sun was out. And that just threw all of them for a loop right out of the gate, you know?
Yeah, no, and I just, first off, I can't thank Tim Bryant and his whole staff enough. I mean, everybody down here was just so hospitable and welcoming us. And
Yeah, absolutely.
making us feel like part of the show, and then, you know, and then just amazing, you know? And the Snowball Derby, when you think of the Snowball Derby, you know, you think of this, you know, all the guys that have won this race.
Right.
Just like that big race up north, the 250. It's almost as big as the guys that haven't won this race. And, you know, they added the Snowflake in, you know, a few years back. And what do we have? We have a 17-year-old that wins the Snowflake and a 16-year-old
that
in
wins.
his first Derby appearance wins the Snowball Derby.
It was, listen, he got up on the wheel like a true veteran when it came down to it. I mean, he had Kyle Busch racing against him. You know,
20 to go. You got a straightaway lead, and all of a sudden, it's gone.
And he didn't just beat Kyle Busch. He twitched Kyle Busch getting into 3, slid him up the track, drove underneath him, and then got clear of him. But then they had the restart. You know, before that, he hung outside of him, and I mean, it was just all the different stuff.
The whole thing. It's just,
They went by on the front stretch one time, smoke flying because they were leaning on each other.
Yeah.
But it was good hard racing.
And you know, and then we all talked. We talked to Ricky Brooks earlier in the show. Him and his staff. I mean, we just watched Tech. They're very thorough.
You people in New England have no idea.
I mean, when you go to Tech and there's one Tech guy and he'll have each guy, they had like 4 Tech people
on each car, right?
You know, and they were checking things out, and they're very thorough. And you know, and Ricky was right. We heard from him earlier in the show. You know, when he got down here and started the process, it was, you know, a little bit of a debacle. But now everybody understands what he wants and what he expects.
What's expected,
and it's
right?
taking this event and made it grow. So, you know, for you Mainers up there that love big time short track racing, I don't know if it gets any bigger.
And you know, Tech used to be, you know, we talked to Jamie Williams, who's from Maine, and he does stuff as Speed 51, and so he was obviously here. But we talked to him a little while ago, and he's like, Tech used to take, you know, 3-4 hours.
Yep.
And literally Tech still tonight took, what, about an hour, hour and a half?
No, probably an hour, but
yeah.
It's...
But like he was saying, people know what Ricky's expecting, and they know what the process, so they're prepared for it.
But no, great time. Can't believe the amount of Mainers we saw down here, New Englanders.
And we get to see Jack from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, met Jack and his boy.
That we talked about, you know.
And then so a lot of New Englanders come down, and especially up in the Maine, and obviously we had Austin Theriault here, great weekend for him and his family. So I don't know about you, but I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can miss it after coming the first time.
No, we'll be back.
And I got one thing that I did today. I don't know if you know this or not.
What?
I bought the 45th anniversary program from the Snowball Derby.
Really?
After that guy just walked by us, you know, interrupted. He doesn't realize who we are.
No.
He doesn't realize that we're important.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, well, tell me about the program.
So I bought the program. So one of our viewers back in New England is going to get the 45th anniversary Snowball Derby program, but they got to email you the answer to this trivia question I'm about to do.
All right, what is it?
Who won the Snowball Derby that is the only New Englander, and what year?
I don't even know. So, but all right. So there you go.
Do your research.
They'll get a T-shirt to go with it. So I got a T-shirt.
You got a Snowball Derby T-shirt or a Mainly Motorsports T-shirt?
Snowball Derby.
I got the program. You get him a T-shirt.
All right. So
you got to be here. You got to. We can't emphasize enough
the professionalism from start to finish, everything. So I want to thank everybody who helped us out this weekend, and you know, the track especially, and all their hospitalities.
Right.
That's all I got to say, man. All right, we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.
The Beach Ranch 150 champion, the number 29 team, Austin Theriault.
Austin, I want to know one thing. What's it like to run the Snowball Derby?
It's unbelievable. I mean, being from Maine, it's a race you hear about all throughout the year. Just being a snow class drivers like that, it's something that everybody wants to have a chance to race at.
And folks, remember, he's from Maine. It's 75 degrees down here today. I heard it was snowing up in New England this weekend.